No matter what the temperature of the real estate market, no matter what type of property you're searching for, fixer-upper, turnkey, or something in between. Whether you're downsizing or upsizing, moving from the city to the country or vice versa, no matter what, you need to hear from a professional first.
And I come to you for facts and truth.
I've been wanting to have a conversation with you for a very long time. This is awesome.
Before you do anything, listen to the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show, an advertising feature on AM800. Here's your host and broker-owner, Dan Gemus.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always, here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show on this Saturday afternoon. And the weather has sure cooled down this week. Joyce Blackbeard in studio with me today. Hey Joyce, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks. We have a special guest in studio today.
We do. Very special guest.
Yes, our very first time on the show, our newest member of the team, Steven Coppola. Hey Steven, how are you?
I'm doing great, Dan.
Well, welcome to the team.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Great to have you on board. It's been a couple weeks and been an overwhelming couple weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, not too bad, not too bad.
You got
Hanging
this.
in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Joyce always spends a lot of time with our realtors, and even though Steven is experienced in the business, we do things differently on the Dan Gemus team, as people know, right? So we spend a lot of time training our agents, and it can be an overwhelming experience for new agents joining the team. So you've been doing awesome, and great to have you on board.
Yes, thank you, Dan.
So before I get to our itinerary for the day, tell us about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, so I've been in the business for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
I started off just on my own, and I decided I want to switch courses here and join a team, and thought this team was perfect to join.
There's no doubt that there's tons of benefits, as we tell our listeners and our clients all the time, right, about working with a team as opposed to being on your own. So, Joyce and I were both on our own eventually starting into the business, and we ended up on teams.
Yep.
And it definitely makes a massive difference to have,
the support and the training and
Yeah, I already feel like I'm learning at such a faster pace.
No doubt. Yeah, that's great. So tell us about, what do you like to do on your, when you're not working? Because in real estate, we're always working. But when you're not working.
On my days off, I just like watching sports. I love football. I love boxing, hanging out with buddies and friends. And
So are those your two favorite sports, football and boxing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
And what hockey team do you cheer for?
Oh, no, we're not going there. No.
I do.
Did you notice I actually just skipped that topic completely?
No, sorry. Yeah, that's why I'm revisiting. I didn't want you to go too fast.
Yeah, the Detroit Red Wings.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that. So that was our previous member of the Dan Gemus team, Steven Coppola. Maybe we'll get you switched at one point. I don't know. We'll
it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
Take a lot, eh?
Yeah.
Well, if they keep playing the way they're playing, maybe it's, Nick,
that's a fact.
Nick feels like she's almost ready to switch at this point. Listen, it's awesome to have you on. And welcome to the team. We're looking forward to some awesome years with you.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Good.
Thank you for having me on the team.
Of course. It's all good. So listen, we've got a jam-packed hour. We're going to talk about some tips to prepare your home for winter weather. Winter, what is that? It's arrived.
Yeah.
It's arrived. Now, I know you had a topic last week that was very similar, Joyce, but this is going to cover some different stuff. So
cool.
Don't stress. I can see it in your eyes.
All right.
We were at a hockey tournament or hockey games last week, so Joyce was covering for me. Thank you as always.
Of course.
Listen, I got to say, it's been awesome to have you covering for me.
I
in the last
love
couple
it.
of years.
And I get calls from listeners and emails sometimes. It's fun.
Oh,
I like it.
It feeds your heart a
people
little
are
bit,
like,
eh?
oh, I know you. I think, yeah. I'm kidding. Sort of.
Dan who?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
No,
Especially
it's
with the kids. There's only a couple of years in hockey left for them, I'm sure. And we hate missing the games when they have them, around the time of the show. So it's been awesome to have you cover for me when you can.
Yes,
I
love it.
Games.
I love it.
Well, there you go.
Connecting with our community.
Yes, it's always the best for sure. We also have Chris Gibb, a segment with him later on in the show. We'll talk about holiday safety tips. So when it comes to insurance in homes, so we'll talk to Chris about that. And as well, we have our latest market update for the stats in Windsor-Essex County. Interesting numbers. that have popped up, and the stats have come in over the last couple of days. We'll talk about those, and we'll tell you what's been going on in the real estate industry across Windsor and Essex County. And, of course, if you have any questions, you can always email us, dan@dangemus.com or joyce@dangemus.com, or text us here on the show at 519-792-2559. I promise if we don't get to your questions on that single show, we'll revisit them, and we'll get to them in a future show. So don't stress if we don't get to your question on that show specifically. So otherwise, it's been the weather has hit us. It's cold.
It's freezing.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, it hasn't hit us as hard as other areas of the province.
My goodness!
Thankfully,
I was in London this week on Monday actually, and ironically, again, we got a little bit of a dusting over the week prior, over last week, nothing crazy. In London, though, and it was the day, I think that was the day of the storm. The Saturday and Sunday last week, I believe, is when the storms rolled in across the province.
Yeah.
And I get to London, the 401 was fine all the way going to London, but getting into London proper, it was like a half foot of snow.
Yeah.
It felt like. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but it was a lot of snow. It was accumulated.
Yep.
And so I was in meetings all day there, and it was snowing all day. I'm thinking, my drive home is going to really stink. So I get in the car, and sure enough, the roads weren't the best in London. But I get back on the 401 from London, and it's literally clear again. Not a piece of snow.
Huh.
Not a drop of snow anywhere.
My brother lives in Bracebridge, and he was sending me updates. I'd send him a picture of the grass on my front lawn, and then he'd send me a picture of the snow as it's sort of accumulating.
How bad was it?
And they got over 4.5 feet in his particular area of Bracebridge. He's like, you couldn't
in one
even
snowfall?
Like over the course of the weekend.
Wow.
That you couldn't even keep up. And they've gotten more, so I'm not really sure what's happening at the moment. I haven't talked to him for a couple of days. Jason, I hope you're okay.
His phone signal's gone. It's fine. It's fine.
But
maybe we should check up on him. I don't know.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah, that's one thing that we really appreciate about Windsor-Essex. So are you from Windsor-Essex originally, Stephen?
Yes, I was born and raised in LaSalle.
LaSalle boy.
Yeah, LaSalle.
There you go. Although I wasn't born in LaSalle, I was raised in LaSalle too. So I ended up in Amherstburg a little bit later.
Okay.
So a lot of family in Windsor-Essex?
Yep.
Everyone's here?
Mainly here, yeah.
Yep.
Second cousins and
nice.
The States.
Yeah,
St. Louis and stuff.
Nice.
But mainly here.
Well, so where'd you go to high school?
I went to Villanova.
Villanova. All right. There you go.
Great school, yeah.
A couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
We were actually at
8 now.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah, a couple.
We were at an open house for La Jeunesse for the kids. So Seb's going into grade 9 this year. He's already there for the academies, grade 7 and 8. Grade 8 this year, obviously. And Olivier goes to grade 7 this year. So he's looking at doing the academy, the hockey academy for grade 7. So we were there for the open house. And it's been, I'm 42. So it's been, 23 years?
I was just doing math in my head.
24 years since high school for us. And Nick and I both went there. And it's like you just step through a portal and you just never left. It's so strange.
Yep.
Right? But even after that many years. Mm-hmm. But it's cool to see. Cool
it's
to go
amazing
back
how fast the time goes.
Yes.
You can think back and it's like, I remember high school.
And if you go back to those
so
years,
cool.
not as long ago for Stephen, but like those high school years, it seems like they take forever.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're there and you're like, oh, this is never going to end. But then the years now, as you grow older, it just
accelerates.
By.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Wait till you get to your mid 30s. I found like at 30, it really kind of started speeding up really, really fast.
I just feel like it's a horrible feeling.
Yeah, it's not,
it's really like, it doesn't feel nice.
Yeah.
It's like, it's December already. Where did that time go? Like, I don't even, it feels like it's been a month.
The weeks just use a blink and another week goes by. It's crazy.
Yep.
Wild.
Absolutely
anyway.
Crazy. So anyways, so that's that. And it was still fun to see, there's still a couple of teachers that were there when most of them have retired since then. But there's still a couple that have still, are in the place. So they were just starting when we were leaving. So fun to see them too. So there you go. Okay, so what do you say? We got a couple extra minutes. What else do I want to talk about? You want to mention the Windsor Santa Claus Parade?
Yeah, the Santa Claus Parade is going on tonight downtown Windsor this evening. So make your way on down and get in line, get a front row seat.
I'm looking at the date, and I'm thinking to myself, I've only got like a week left. You too, Joyce. before our cookie exchange.
Oh.
Well, it's a week and a half or so.
I
give or
told
take.
Madison, I'm like, I'm just gonna drop out. I don't even know
my
what I
God.
want to do, but no, I won't do that.
We are doing, and you can still jump in, Steven, if you like to
Yeah, I
make
keep
cookies.
hearing about this.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, we're doing, so the building is doing a cookie exchange. So it happened last year. And so we put the invite out, and I think there's 11 of us doing it, I believe.
Yes, I
11 or
think
12, give or take.
ish. Yeah.
So we did it last year, and I jumped in there, and I don't spend time in the kitchen, but I'm blowing my own horn here, and I made some awesome cookies last year, and I'm copying and pasting for this year. So making the same cookies. Everyone's like, yeah, change it up. I said, nope, not happening.
Was
I
it
perfected
gingerbread?
these ones. No, they were these like peanut butter. They were like snowman cookies.
Just really good. They
Yeah.
were really, and they were perfectly like. I don't want to feed Dan's ego, but they were perfectly baked. They were delicious.
They have a Reese's Pieces baked inside the cookie.
Oh, okay.
And so there's like a hump on the cookie, and then there's another Reese's Pieces on top with white icing, so it looks like a melted snowman.
Oh, nice.
And so literally, and there's a couple little pieces of decor on top that makes it look like a melted snowman. So
Yeah.
a couple of
Well, that sounds good. Peanut butter.
they're delicious. Yeah. So peanut allergies are not invited in this cookie exchange, specifically because there's peanuts.
it is what
so
it is.
it is what it is.
I couldn't remember if the parade was started at 6 or 6:30. It is 6 o'clock.
Oh,
so,
6 o'clock
yeah,
tonight.
Just
There you
wanted
go.
To make sure before I said that.
Get out there and enjoy everyone. But so, what kind of cookies are you making, Joyce? Do you know?
I do know, but I'm not sharing.
Oh, you're not sharing. You're
No,
surprising us.
It's
All
a
right.
surprise. Yes.
All right. I know a few people are doing, some baked goods that aren't necessarily cookies,
Mm-hmm.
but whatever. Everything's welcome. So we'll see. Kath is in it as well.
Yep. Madison and
Madison, a bunch of the popcorn
all
staff.
popcorn.
and
Yeah.
So more popcorn staff than team staff this year,
Yes.
ironically.
Well, actually, no.
No?
There's
Oh, Heather's doing it.
Heather,
Yeah.
Kath, myself.
Yeah.
And
Me.
I mean, Aaron by default is.
I was laughing at Nick because Nick is doing it too, and she was telling everyone that, you just have to make 1 dozen for us. I'm like, what? What about what? She's like, honey, we don't need 2 dozen cookies. Oh, and Olivier's doing it too.
Yes, from each. Yes, we're
Yeah.
counting you and Olivier as one.
Oh, okay. Is that what
now.
you're doing?
Yeah.
All right. So, he likes to
Nikki's
bake.
like,
so.
we don't need 3 dozen of everything. Imagine 36 dozen cookies,
No,
Dan. Come on.
No, I know. We're trying to eat better. So,
Are you allowed to cheat in this cookie exchange?
what do you mean? I'm eating what?
Like my mom maybe
Get a
baked
bunch
the
of,
cookie.
why not?
Yeah,
That's fine.
baked goods are baked goods.
I might have to get in this then.
Costco, whatever.
Costco. Yeah.
Timbits, you cannot bring Timbits. You can't do 12 dozen Timbits.
That's funny.
Doesn't work. But jump in there. You still have time.
Sounds good.
Okay, so what do you say we take a break? We're going to take a break here. We're going to come back and talk about some tips to prepare your home for winter weather. Lots more to come right here. Oh, you know what? We should mention again before we go to break that this is our last show before our Christmas break. We always take a holiday break for the show. So do not panic if you don't hear us on the air. I shouldn't say last show. Tomorrow's the last show.
Right.
Our last weekend.
Yep.
Do not panic if you don't hear us on the air over the holidays. We're back in January. So mid-January, we're back on the air. We always take a little bit of a break, as you know. Going 10 years on the show here, crazy.
It's
Next year's going to be
amazing.
11 years on the show. But so we take our normal holiday break, and then we're back mid-January. So stay tuned. Lots more to come right here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.